Hello, hello, and we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello. So I realized that when I do these videos, I get so excited I don't even introduce myself. So no, I don't. I was looking at all of them. I was like, wait a minute. I'm assuming everybody knows me. So for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Abigail Mensah Blumsu. I am the founder of the Moon Goddess Publishing and the Moon Goddess Academy. And today I have one of my beautiful goddess sisters. Hello. Okay. Okay, you want me to make a carrot? Okay. And my son, Robin, who wants me to make a carrot with Play-Doh. You know how it goes. But I have my beautiful sister here with me, and Patricia's incredible. If you don't know Patricia, you need to go check her out, what she offers in the world and who she is, actually. She is, oh, thank you. Thank you. She is a true oracle, intuitive, goddess, a guide, a mentor. Here's this one too. He uses this time. I need to make carrots, apparently.
Priorities.
And this is her second time co-creating with me. So she wrote a chapter in Miraculous, my first multi-author book that became bestseller in less than 24 hours. It was incredible. We were like so astounded. She already is in this, so she's already a #1 best-selling author. And not only that, one of my favorite oracles ever, she created the Infinite Self Oracle deck. This is beautiful. This oracle deck is all about coming back to you. It's about owning who you are, remembering who you are, embodying who you are. I mean, there's so much more to it. The activations that each card brings you, if we were to talk about that would be a whole course in itself, which she does have a course around it. You do, right? Yeah.
I do.
And so, Patricia, first of all, I just want to say thank you, because you were the first person to say, me. And you are going to be writing a chapter in both books. So Oracle, and then also the book of activation, which I was not surprised at all. Because what comes through you, woman, it is powerful. So thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
What's going on in your world? Let's start with that.
What's going on in my world? It's springtime, right? Kids, soccer. I have 3 kids in soccer. That's my home life. And I'm just really gearing up to do some more creative things.
Yes.
It's the winter. I had one project that I, did that course with the Infinite Self Oracle deck, 55 days. And then I've just been resting. And so the spring is coming, and I'm getting my juices going to, start offering more things.
Yeah, you're going to be writing 2 chapters.
Well, yes. I will be busy writing. Yes. Creating some more essential oil anointing perfumes.
Yes.
I have a new one that's coming out this spring called Diva, Divine Feminine Flow.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a beautiful essence. And so, things like that. And I have, different mentorships and groups and circles that are going on. So I keep myself really busy. And as you know, I also work in environmental health, and so I'm here on my lunch break.
Yes. Well, I remember that you have that beautiful merging of both worlds.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to, you also do, it's not called, it's like soul portraits, because he did one for me, but
Akashic,
maybe it's more.
Akashic
there we
soul
go.
essence collages. And so I tap into the Akashic records of my clients, and using the digital art collage, I am able to bring in like the primary past lives, future lives, parallel lives, that want to be seen at this time to serve the client's evolutionary growth. And
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
they're
so
beautiful. Mine is right next to my bed. And
oh
each
yay.
time I look at it, something, will pop up at me and then I'll focus on that one. But each time it's like it shifts. Every time I look at it, I'm like, whoa, I didn't see that before. It's powerful and so beautiful. So,
Oh.
Patricia, what inspired you to say, yes, I want to share my story in both
I got
books?
chills when
Because
you said that.
I know you're an introvert too.
I am sort of. And most of the time, but I do like to step on stage and then retreat for a while. But when you said that, when you said oracle, my whole body just got the full body chills, which is just an intuitive knowing, and that's the same thing I got when I saw. I have no idea. I mean, in my head, I was like, no, I just know I need to be part of that. And when I think about it, looking back now, it's like, well, that's what I do. I channel messages from, the goddess or, elementals or, star seeds or, whatever. And so it just felt like a beautiful collaborative project. I can imagine the power in this book.
Yeah, I know, right? You feel it already?
Yeah, and that cover that you put together is just so much in that. It's gorgeous. So, yeah.
It's really cool because you're going to be, some of your co-authors from Miraculous are also traveling with you in this, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
We have, let's see here. Oh, Len just joined. And then we have Richard, and this time he brought his beloved too. So,
yes.
my goodness.
Oh, fun. Oh,
it's going to be incredible. And his beloved will also be contributing in Oracle, because the Oracle part is just for women.
Okay.
That is such a powerhouse collaboration work. Like the people that are saying yes to it, I'm like, whoo, it's going to be incredible. But I also wanted to say, like, you channeling, like, I love it when you speak in light language, because I think I've told you this so many times that it's almost like the moment I hear you start speaking, I am zoomed into this time where I'm sitting around the fire and, the ancient grandmothers start to tell me stories every single time that happens. So
I love that.
It's like you're channeling, you have this beautiful Venusian goddess energy to it. And then you start channeling and it's like, whoa, we're going deep. we're going way back. We're going ancient.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to the soul level. Let's go. We're going deep. Right. And I just love it. And you have this way, it's like a beauty, this blossoming that happens. And this pure energy, this pure light just flows out of you to bless anyone who's listening to you or in your presence. And I adore you. You know this already.
The feeling's mutual. Speaking of being in the presence of somebody's light language that transforms you. Yes.
So, have you noticed that the story because it's more of a transmission, these two books, have you already felt it kind of begin to come through?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Almost immediately, I think, afterwards. And I won't know exactly what it is until the time, but I can certainly feel it. And I asked before asked myself or my higher self if I could share this piece. And it has something to do around, and I don't know where this comes from, but the 33 faces of the goddess. And that's what came through. I don't know what it's going to, what that means yet, but I can feel it and I can see the faces already.
Yes.
And so I know that it will come, it'll come through in stories probably that relate to my, my personal life. But
oh my God, I'm so excited. Did I tell you, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I've always had this idea of writing a book that is called the the 33 Faces of Abigail. And
No.
I have these like pictures of me in different stages.
Yeah.
And even up to now, like I'll take a picture and be like, oh, this belongs there. And it's like the different phases of my life and where the goddess really shows up in those pictures. That. And it's always been an idea. I still don't know how that's going to come together. Eventually, well, but it's funny that you said that. That's why I was like, I had a huge grin on my face.
Must be something floating out in the, the metamorphic field.
It's time.
It's time to see that in ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how funny. I love that. Yeah,
I love it.
It's going to be. I can see almost. I mean, I'm not a poet, but it's going to be poetic in parts of it, and then I can feel that coming through, and there'll probably be some artwork that goes with it, and maybe not put in the book chapter, but it'll.
I see it, Mama. I see it.
A perfume. Who knows?
Exactly. It better.
Just open up that creative channel and here we go.
Isn't that what the oracles did in the past? They didn't just, like, what word am I? They didn't just bring through transmission. There was a whole process of them grounding the transmissions to, if the people receiving it really wanted that, like they were incredible.
Yeah.
They were deep. They were medicine women. They were healers. They were visionaries. They were leaders,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just, came back to me so that I would just say it. But 33, is, well, in the Gene Keys anyway, means revelation.
Yes.
Right. So, at the highest frequency of that particular Gene Key is revelation. It's mindfulness is the gift. So, and the challenge or the shadow is forgetting. And so this is about, coming back to that deep knowing of the 33 faces of the goddess that live within each one of us, right? There are probably more, but
of course.
But only 33 get to be in this. I don't even know how they're all going to fit in the chapter, but
right? We'll see. I'm sure they'll flow through so beautifully. You're going to be like, how the heck did this happen? Yeah.
It'll flow through. Yeah. And I just wanted to say that I know that the container that you create for writing the books is just, it's amazing. I've really learned a lot of how to do all of this, so that I could bring through what's in me out into the world. And I just really want to thank you for what you do and how you do it, because it's amazing. Really.
Thank you, my love. Yeah. And that's very important with these containers. It's not about what I want you to write. What is the point in that, right? It's about what story wants to come through you, what medicine wants to come through you. And so I create a space that allows you to feel safe and secured and in tune to allow that to come through. And these containers, like you said, they speak for themselves. Actually, I think the containers come in with their own frequency energy, holding that space, and then, I just do my little part to, keep it going. But Miraculous came in very powerfully. Like each and every one that stepped in is like, you all experienced your own magic with miracles as you were going through that journey, and this same thing with the book of activations and Oracle, the same massive containers coming through, massive energies to support each person who says yes, to also bless each person that says yes. And then collectively we push that out and amplify it. Like, oh
yeah, it's beautiful. It really is about that synergy, right? That more than the one, it's not just additive. It's a whole vortex of energy once you put us all together. And I really have enjoyed in the last container was getting to know the other authors ahead of time. It really was meaningful to me, and it created that safety.
Yeah.
That safe space. So.
Yeah, I remember there was a time where someone posted something about being nervous about their story going out, and everyone was like, "Oh, me too, me too, me too." And it was like that bond. Exactly. It's like, "Oh, I'm not alone." And it was just such a beautiful, um, it was such a beautiful thing to witness, like stepping back and watching you guys come together and work together and support each other. Now that was beautiful. That was really beautiful. Yeah. So, my love, I want to ask you this question. Who is the oracle to you?
I'm seeing this vision of a well of wisdom that lives within my womb. And it almost comes up, it's almost like a pearl too that's in there. And I know I'm being very symbolic here, but maybe I'll get to some normal English.
You're fine, Mama. Let it out.
But it's like almost it comes up right from that wellspring of wisdom that lives within ourselves, especially in our womb space. And it comes and it shoots up, through the energy system, the Kundalini system, up, and, through the third eye, right? And then you have the vision. And that's the oracle to me is about tuning in, is that tuning into the wisdom of the womb and then being able to see it through the third eye and share it then in words. Or some similar to words if it's light language.
Exactly. It is light language, which most likely it is, because sometimes there's so much that wants to flow through that our words are limited. So we have to go through that expansive phase. Language, to bring it through. Totally.
And then distill it down into little bite-sized pieces.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you always known you're an oracle, or do you even see yourself as an oracle? Let's start there, right? Let's start there.
I maybe I'm one in training. I don't know, and I probably always, have been, but I wouldn't say that I always allowed it. Growing up, conditioning, more was like coming straight at things from a scientific mindset. And so I didn't allow myself to see outside of that. And it wasn't until I had children that my world had to change. I mean, it just, there's a way of navigating using that skill of, the oracle to create your life in a more meaningful way that nurtures you and your loved ones. So yeah,
absolutely. I love that. It's very interesting because the people that I usually see, because I have this thing where when I see an oracle, the eyes stand out to me. It always looks like, when someone puts like dark eyeliner and the eyes pop, that's how the eyes look to me. So I can meet someone and be like, "Oh, you're an oracle," but they're like, "How did you know?" Like I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, your eyes says it all. Like it just shows that way to me. But it's so interesting when I talk to someone who is an ancient oracle. Most of them have said, "I'm still in training. I have no idea what that even means."
Yeah.
There's like this humility with it. I mean, it's a powerful gift to have. And it makes sense that humility will come through to keep us grounded. Like if we were to go back in time and like visit a past life, being like fully in our power, oracular power, like it's intoxicated.
That word oracular is intoxicating.
Yes. And all that attention that we got when we were in that role, sitting in the temples, right? Like it was something else. So it makes sense that in this lifetime, it's like we've embodied it naturally, but yeah, there's that humility. Like I'm still in service. There we go. The service is highlighted. It's like I'm still in service, and I don't even know this full extent of this power. It's like like what is that? What is that? Like, have we just shut down a little bit because we're afraid of that full blown oracle state? or it's very interesting, isn't it?
I really feel it's like the modern day oracle, right? You have to have like really a firm, put your feet in the 3D, right? And also be able to open up like that.
Yeah.
And it would be life altering if we pulled those feet completely out. And I came here in this lifetime to have my feet fully in the 3D and walk like that. So it is a choice, right? And some people are going to do the other thing, and that's perfect for them. But for me, I'm here to walk in the 3D and bring these gifts through, and while being embodied like this. So.
As you were talking, the image that came in was like a woman it's like the top part is a lotus blossoming. So it's like an open flower. And then the feet, like she's walking around and she's like,
in that mud of the lotus. Because it is muddy.
Exactly. But she's like very, like open, receiving. But then the feet was also very strong. Like even each step.
Yeah,
it's very intentional.
Yeah, purposeful. Yeah, so that's more on the path of the modern day oracle. Although I don't really know what the oracle. I mean, exactly. I don't know exactly how they lived their lives back then. But what I envision for myself at some point is to spend retreat time, right, and so that I can create that sacred like sanctuary for myself, so I can be completely immersed in that. And then go back to
exactly. Go back, to the normal world. What we bring it with, we bring it into the normal.
Bringing the gifts back and sharing them. Yeah. I think that's for me what I see as part of my journey.
Yeah. I love that. And you said something, I don't know what it was back then. And immediately I heard, yes, you do. Yes, you
do. That's part of my journey, is to acknowledge that I actually do now.
Yes, you do. Because if right now you dropped into light language, it would be flowing through, and you know it. All the vision, like you would remember, that past life, that life where you were in full mode oracle, what that felt like, what that looked like.
I can see there. I can see all of us like sitting in a circle right now and doing that. Yeah.
I remember you, Mama.
Oh, yeah. I found you again.
Exactly. I love it. Oh, I am so excited for your chapters in these 2 books. And especially the oracle for you, I feel like is because, the activations, you bring it through all the time, but the oracle is going to be really about embodiment and remembrance for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels very true. So it's a blessing that you've created this opportunity for
we did.
So. Well, you are facilitating. You brought it, and then we share. You letting us share in it. So grateful.
It's my pleasure. But thank you so much for being the first person to like tune in and trust and just say yes. Like I honor that. Anyone who does it, the first book was Anne. And I was like, yes, thank you. And this book was you. You're like, I feel it. I'm going for it. And it was like, boom, because that's like I feel like that's like the matches that comes into light the intention, right? So the first people, like I honor you guys. Like I really pay attention to those who do that, because it's huge energetically what that action does to the intention. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So thank you for being that. Yeah. All right, my love. I am so looking forward to your chapters in the book and watching you full blossom, full embodiment, and reading your words. Oh, can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Everyone, if you would like to be in any of the books or call or the book of activation, go ahead and send me a message or just find the link above and apply to contribute in the book. These books, they're going to be potent. They're going to be a great gift for the world. So if you're being called, don't hesitate. Don't doubt it. Come in. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.